Many English learners feel like their language journey is limited to textbooks and boring lessons. They try so hard to remember rules, memorize vocabulary lists, and translate in their heads. But they forget the most natural way to learn, through real-life moments. And sometimes, the smallest everyday actions, like buying a coffee, can become unforgettable stories. That's why we use storytelling. It teaches you the way your brain learns best, through emotion, curiosity, and context. Every story is like a hidden classroom where grammar, vocabulary, and expression come alive naturally. If you want to keep improving your English without even realizing it, hit that subscribe button. Because this isn't just about learning English, it's about living it. It was a cloudy morning. He had been walking around the city for an hour, trying to clear his head. No headphones, no plans, just wandering. The streets were starting to get busy, and he was starting to feel the ache of hunger and the pull of caffeine. All he really wanted was a coffee. Nothing fancy. Just something warm in his hands. He turned the corner and saw a little cafe. It didn't look special, no bright signs, no line at the door, but something about it felt quiet, almost like it was waiting for him. He stepped inside. The smell hit him immediately: roasted beans, fresh bread, a hint of cinnamon. There were only 3 small tables. A man behind the counter looked up and gave him a nod, then went back to wiping a cup. He ordered a black coffee and sat down near the window. Outside, the city moved fast. Inside, time slowed down. That's when he noticed something odd: an envelope sitting on the chair across from him. At first, he ignored it. Probably someone forgot it. But it was sealed, and there was a name written on the front, in beautiful handwriting. Not his name, but something about it felt deliberate. He looked at the barista. The man was talking to someone else and hadn't noticed anything. The envelope was still there. His coffee arrived. He took a sip, still glancing at it. Then he gave in. He picked it up, turned it over. No address. No stamp. Just that name. He opened it. Inside was a short note. Just a few lines. If you found this, you're exactly where you need to be. Ask for the usual. That was it. He looked around. Was someone watching him? Was this a mistake? A joke? But the handwriting was too elegant to be random. The message too specific to be meaningless. He stood up and walked back to the counter. The barista raised an eyebrow. He cleared his throat. Can I get the usual? The man paused, then smiled, a slow, knowing smile. Coming right up. He handed back the note. Is this some kind of promotion? No, the barista said. But you're not the first person to find one of those. A few minutes later, the man returned, not with a coffee, but with a small notebook. The cover was plain, but the inside was full of handwritten pages. Stories. Journal entries. Sketches. All from different people. Some were dated 5 years ago. Some were written in pencil. One was even torn out and taped back in. He flipped through it, heart racing. These were real. And then, on the last page, a message. Write yours. He looked up. The barista nodded. He sat down again. This time, he pulled out a pen and stared at the blank page. What would he write? A memory? A secret? A dream? He wrote about that morning, about how he only wanted a coffee and found something much more. About how he didn't understand everything, but somehow felt part of something bigger. When he finished, he closed the notebook and left it where he had found the envelope, on the same chair. As he stepped out of the cafe, the clouds had started to break. The air felt lighter. The city hadn't changed, but he had. He didn't just buy a coffee. He had stepped into a story. One that reminded him that magic often hides in the ordinary, waiting for someone curious enough to find it. You just read a full English story without needing to translate every word. That means your brain is learning naturally, through feeling, rhythm, and imagination. Let us know in the comments, have you ever experienced something small that turned into something unforgettable? Subscribe for more stories where English isn't something you study, it's something you feel.